Alright, so looking back over the church now, what would you say have been some of our major weaknesses today in comparison to the previous years?
Maybe you should ask for strength. Not weakness. Because I think
or the other way, right?
Yes.
How is the church stronger today than
I think the church began to move upwardly, and the emphasis on doctrine
right?
was in the earlier days.
Right.
It was
More than today,
than
right?
today. Because some of the young pastors, some of them probably was exposed to
the doctrine, right? Yes, right.
But
so that would be a weakness today.
a
Weakness today, that doctrinally, many of us are weaker.
It was considered very important in the early days.
Early days, right? Doctrine,
Very
doctrine.
important. Doctrine.
Yes, right.
And well, one of the weaknesses I think was the poor salary that was received
By pastors.
I mean, it was really rough. Many of them, and of course, for all of us.
Yeah.
The truth is. But so I remembered I went to the States. I went to Anderson, and I was told about the plan that they have for pension plan.
Okay.
You see. And I went to the office. I mean, in my own I said, we need to do something about it because it was very, very difficult. And I'm not complaining, but I had some rough days when if I didn't have it was difficult. I mean, I'm just being, and I think it was so with many of the pastors too. But I went there and I saw that they had started this plan in Anderson. And I went to the office and checked it out, and they gave me some documents and so as to how it can begin and so on. And I brought them to Jamaica. And Roy Shaw was, I think he was treasurer at that time or something, and we discussed it together, and a committee was formed.
Right.
And that's how we really begin to take seriously,
the payment of pastors.
That's right. And I find that I started, well, when it was started, of course, it was not too far from when I would have been now.
Retirement,
right.
Condition, right, yeah.
And out there today, I believe things have changed now. But you know, what is my today? What is my pension? 1,200 and something.
A month?
Yes, coming from the Southern Torno. 1,200 and something.
Coming from the pension scheme?
The pension scheme. Because of course, when it started, of course, it was very tough. It took some time to say.
Yeah.
So that it started so late.
So late, yeah.
That the pastors
who were near retirement,
or they missed it to say so.
Yeah.
So it was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it was because of I developed some friends with the American brethren,
Right.
And they were very gracious when I visited them and so on and so on. And then that is really where we got the impetus now to begin to
take it.
Yes.
Right.
So it started and so on. But I don't know quite know what it is now, but I know it was very, very, very difficult at the time.
Okay. One other question that I should ask you about George Cohen. He married a white woman, right?
Yes, I married a white woman. A lovely lady, and she became pastor of Hellman Street after for a while. For him was
both of them pastored together?
Yes, they pastored together.
Together at Hellman Street?
Yes, and there were times when she would be in charge and so on.
Okay.
Yes, I had managed to, when he died, of course, he left for the States.
Right.
Because he had a rough time too, financially and so on.
Right.
And so on. And he left for there, and I visited well, he died afterward. I have been able to visit the funeral. Because I lived in his house in Frankfurt when I went there for as a tenant.
Right, yeah.
Yes, and but it was a difficult thing, you know, and so on. So I think coming back to the question you asked about.
Yeah, about Cohen and his wife. Basically, his wife was a wife.
She passed. She was part. No.
I think they passed the church together.
So I was there at the funeral.
Okay.
And then he was buried. So
Let me ask you another thing. Did he ever have a jerry curl here?
Yes, he had it here. He always looked. He was a dark man.
Yes.
But he also have.
He processes his ears.
We're pretty.
Who was that?
Nice here. Well,
George Cohen.
George Cohen.
Was that a problem for the missionaries?
I don't
You don't know,
I don't
okay.
remember hearing.
A problem.
At those times, people were being very they
Critical about those things, yes.
But he didn't care.
Yeah.
But I never really heard that he was criticized
for it, yeah. Another question now. I've seen this in the record that some of the local pastors, right, or native pastors, complain in regard to their salary as opposed to what the missionaries were getting. And the missionary salaries were paid from overseas.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And the local church provided for the local pastors.
Oh,
In your time period.
Oh, there is no comparison. I don't
No comparison, but what they got to what you guys got. But was there any complaints that you ever heard?
I never heard that public. It could have been private.
Privately, but
I never heard that.
Okay.
And but it was very, very poor.
Yeah, poor the native. Yeah, because I've seen the record what also we're getting and what the local people are getting, and it's like really like night and day. So I just wondered if it created a problem.
But I should mention this though. When I became executive
Chairman.
I was put on the mission.
Oh, you put on the missionaries' salary?
They helped to pay my salary.
Salary. Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I read a record recently.
Right.
Where they were about the missionary board, and they put my name there as part of the missionary.
Right.
It wasn't a great deal, you know. It was I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But it was most helpful.
Yes, right.
I don't remember what time.
And then they'd have reduced it as the time went on.
That's right.
Reducing it until it phased out.
That's right. Because now I had to, for the period from Frankfield to the church at Crampton Town.
Right.
I had to buy 6 motor cars. It cost me 6 motor cars.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know. The first one was a human car.
One that go crash truck. Right.
Damage and so on. And the second one, though, I had a good friend in which I visited. And, before I come to that, we bought a church bag, a Volkswagen van for one of the missionaries was coming. Right. And he came, of course, I ordered the van and he and I went to pick it up and so on, and he used that and so on. And when he was gone, of course, he was a rough driver and he didn't really care it very much. All the guy. But anyway, after he was gone, I bought the VW from the church. And so that was used as it wasn't given, that was bought. And it was held rated, but it cost me a lot of money to keep it going. And so on. Then that was the first one. And then when it got so bad, a friend of mine was going abroad. I had another little VW car. And they credited to me. I paid for it. She had to travel sometime far, so she could use it, and so on. And then now that went now, and I need another car. It's in Sablamar. And for the one I had that got so old and you just had to find everything to repair it and so on. And then I bought another one in Sabrama.
Right.
I don't know how I did. Well, I think before I went here and so on. But and then now, those cars in those days were not where they didn't start in some of the buildings started where we were. And while I was there, that one went, worked from travel across Jamaica, from Kingston to Sutherland and so on. It went, and then had to get another one. And there was a good friend of mine who helped me in some way to get it. And and so on, but they had to work so hard, and so on and so on. And then it was long afterward I got this one. This one.
Right.
And it's about 60
people all together.
The
were.
And what I complaining.
Yes, give thanks. Yes. In closing, Rev Lawrence, I mean, what word would you have to say to the General Assembly? Next year will be the 100th Assembly. What would you want to say to the Church of God in the 100th Assembly? Now, we'll probably showing it at the Assembly next year. What word would you want to say in closing?
Time to think that out.
Well, I would say the church has, well, of course, it has, the assemblies have been always wonderful. Help the island right across.
Right.
And some of the most beautiful sermons you would have heard there were preached there, and I think the assembly has done a great deal to bring the church to what it is today. And we have had some of the finest preachers that could get between here and the United States and elsewhere. And I somehow I felt the church, and I am of some time now not exactly fully involved, but I think the church is doing well. Maybe it hasn't reached its perfection, but it's doing well. And I think the leaders here have done great in order to bring it to where it is today. And
all right, Rev Lawrence, thank you so very much, man, for the time. And Sir Lawrence as well, thank you for...
Well, I haven't done anything. But is everything here going to be recorded?
Yes, man.
Everything?
No, they'll probably edit some editing. Some editing, but they will.
And what you're going to be playing?
Okay, stop now, right?
At convention?
Yeah. We're going to be doing a number of them, so we'll probably try to prepare an overall video to show at different points.
Yes.
And then we will have it for our archives as well.
Yes.
So it's always good to have these things stored, put up.
That's right.
Yeah, that's just in case anything happens,
Yes.
So we can play. Yeah, man. Probably.
I think the Church of God is a great church. Marvelous church.
Yes.
Has done extremely well.
Yes.
In providing the gospel. To this country.
Yes.
I give God thanks because I know no other church. I was told, when I was at little girl, I was told that my daddy was the leader of the church in Busabana. So I grew up in the Sunday school.
Yes.
I grew up in, and it was a blessing.
Yes.
There was a lady there who was responsible for the young people and youth fellowship. She treated me like her daughter.
Yes.
Or us like her children. It was really lovely, and I look back with pleasant memories.
Right.
On the years spent here.
Yes.
That's why when I was going to Shortwood, the leader said, "You must go to church on street."
Yes.
And dear, bless the Lord.
Good experience.
I think the church has provided some of the finest Christian men and women that you can find anywhere in the world.
Yes.
And some good preachers. And of course, it must not be forgotten that, of course, the church has provided quite some helping the United States.
Yes.
Because some of our fine preachers have
gone to the United States.
Have done well.
Yeah.